Cayton Flippen here in small town Paris, Texas, which is the best small town in Texas, which was rated that. I'm not just saying it. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you around it, what it's like to grow up in the South. How it was from when I was a little kid until now, still doing the same things with the Southern pride I have. It just comes from the South. You get it inside of you and that's what happens. We're going to start out here, which we're in the middle of town right now. We're going to drive out about 10 miles. I'm going to finish it off, show you where I grew up at and what it was all about. But right behind me here, if it's not any more Southern than to have your own Eiffel Tower in your Paris, Texas, than this Eiffel Tower behind me with the cowboy hat on top, I don't know what the South is if you can't put a cowboy hat on top of your Eiffel Tower. And from here on, we're about to head out. We're gonna go to where I was born and raised. 21 years, it's where I spent my whole childhood. And we're about to go out there. I'm gonna show you how the South rocks it out. All right, I'm back. Welcome to Flippenville. The reason I say it's Flippenville is this is where I was born and raised. 20 plus years, here I was. I've got aunts and uncles miles to the right, aunts and uncles miles to the left. I've got my grandma right next door, so when we were little, it was perfect. You know, waking up in the morning, if I was hungry and say Mom wasn't gonna cook breakfast that morning, I could just go down the street and there it was, Grandma's house. And what's better than the cooking? And you know what, I'm gonna introduce you to my family, and behind me, that's the house that I was raised in, and that's where everything happened. I got in trouble everywhere from shooting slingshots into driving by trucks, and got in a lot of trouble with that. And anywhere from, you know, having good times. You know, it's all about the family, and that's what I'm about to introduce you to is my whole family. First of all is my beautiful wife and my beautiful little girl, Chrislyn and Kim. And this is what it's about. It's about your family. I love them to death, and getting on something like this it would really change our lives. And right next to us is my dad. This is Michael, and we've had a lot of good times, and he's trying to make this place our paradise, and you'll see what we're talking about here in a little bit. I'm going to show you what will be paradise one day for our kids. Next, we've got my lovely mother. She would do anything for me, and as for this show, she's your next one after me. And right here we got my brother-in-law. As you can't see his shirt, but we're wearing the same shirts. We play sports together. We get out. We do a lot of things. And this is my little nephew, Cannon. And look at him. He explains himself. That kid, he's a mess. And recording right now is my sister. And I'm just going to introduce you to her real quick. This is my sister, and she's helping me record this. So sorry that we had to do this, but it's going to be great. But now I'm going to take you down to what we call paradise, and we're going to roll from there. So let's go do it. All right, I'm back at you now. What we're doing, we're heading down to what I call paradise. It's where I grew up when I was a child. Right behind me, we got my grandma. Like I said, right next door, perfect. And where we're going is, it's actually my grandpa's old land, which now is my dad's. He's turning into paradise. When we were younger, we came out here all the time, and we had a blast. Anywhere from, we took down an old satellite, and we came out here, me and my two cousins, and we had a blast on it. Hooked it up to a video, and we rolled that antenna all over. And honestly, it's probably still down there. We could hook it up, and still to this day, I'll do stuff like that. And something like a show like this, you know, it's so perfect because I get to live my childhood again. And behind, you seen the horse? Well, we're just gonna take it down, and going through here right behind us, we got plenty of woods. We take these four-wheelers going through. When it rains a lot, there's just, water that runs straight through them. So we have our own mud pits out here. It's just the perfect country life. And if you don't have stuff like that unless you're in the South. The grass, the woods, all that, it's just part of who I am. And when I come out here, you're away from the whole city life. You're not constantly like what's going on at work, what's happening. You forget all about that, and you realize what God's created for us. He's created just a perfect land for us to have fun, do what we like doing, and just get out and just get on it and just have a blast. And that's what I'm about. My whole family's like that. We come out here, and behind us here, we paintball. We go out, we'll have 20, 25 people, and this isn't young people. I mean, this is anywhere from 20s to 50s, and we are calm just shooting each other. I mean, who does that? What kind of families do that? And if you're not in the South, then, I mean, you only can do it in the South. Here's what we call paradise. Yeah, I know. It ain't no tropical island, it's none of that. But you want some true fun, this is where it happened. When me and my cousins were younger, and my parents and everybody, we came down here, it was half this size. We fished in it, we just had a great time. There might have been 3 fish in it, but we sure would fish all day long. Behind us, we would go on four-wheeling trails, and it was just a blast. And now I'm gonna get off, and what we're gonna do is, we're gonna have to cut it off for a minute, but I'm gonna be right back with you, and we will take it from there. Here in Paradise, as you can tell, I've already been playing around a little bit, having a good time with the family. But what I'm about to do is, we do stuff all the time. We just improvise. We ain't got an ocean, we don't have a big lake, but we do have a pond. We got plenty of water. We've got four-wheelers, and we can do it. And all I gotta say is, I'm coming at you. I'm ready to compete. Let's do this. That's a wrap. Peace out. Go. Ready, go.
Cayton!